Who's going to be on my couch? Currently, I'm thinking no couch. I'm thinking I might just be alone, but we will see. I believe that I can commentate this run on my own. If you watch my previous GDQ runs, I'm confident that I can easily commentate the actual glitches in the runs on my own. I don't think I need help explaining it on that part. Now, I did want to have Spike Vegeta on the couch because I love Spike because he is a good commentator, he's entertaining, and he also is more of like, he can be that casual viewer where he will ask questions, you know, that I might overlook because I take stuff for granted. So I was thinking Spike, because Spike is like an amazing person to have in your couch. Unfortunately, he is leaving GDQ on the 2nd, which is when my run is. So he will not be able to be on the couch for me. Yes, he was on my first couch for GDQ, that is correct. I think the best example, also, no hate towards fuzziness for what I'm about to say, but for example, one year, the very first year I was going to be on the couch, okay, or the very first year I was going to attend the GDQ, my plan was to just invite Spike on my couch. And then Fuzziness, because he was at the event and he knew about the speedrun, he asked if he could be on the couch, and I said, sure, you can be on the couch. But we didn't do much planning ahead of time, and I was planning to just do all the commentary myself. And if you watch that run, you can actually tell that on a few parts, I get slightly annoyed at Fuzzy. Because there will, for example, be a moment where I explain a trick, and then I want to explain it, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to be quiet here because I really need to focus. And then Fuzziness thinks that that's his cue to explain and commentate. So, like, when I'm like, okay, I'm going to call for focus time here, I'm not calling focus time because I can't talk at the same time as I'm doing the trick. I just need the audio from the game, so I don't want any sounds. But, you know, he saw that as a cue to talk. So there's a few moments where he talked where I asked for silent time, and I was like, bruh. So, either way. Yeah, no hate towards him. It wasn't, like, entirely his fault. We didn't, like, plan up ahead. He just asked me, and it was my first GDQ, and I said yes. So, after that, I kind of kept just having the same person on my couch, which is Gymnast. Because Gymnast and I work really well together, and on top of that as well, it's easy for me to explain to him beforehand how I want to run the commentary. Does that make sense? So, because of that, I don't know if I'll have anyone on the couch. I think if it is a possibility, what would be the nicest thing to do, and I'm going to ask if this is possible, is I will ask if it's possible to have on Discord couch, even though it's an in-person event, because I think it would be really sweet to get Gymnast on Discord as part of the commentators while I do the run. I think that would be the nicest thing to do. I don't know if it's easily possible or not, but I think that could be a really sweet gesture since he was supposed to do the run and now can't attend the event because of COVID. So that's, I'd probably look into if that's possible because I think that'd be cool. Yeah, I'm not going to ESA Summer, unfortunately.
Congrats for entering SGDQ. Good luck with practice link.
Thank you, Sliced. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Hello, bird. I'm literally a target. Are you... Hello? Hello? What the hell? He took like a minute to attack me. What was that? Well, let's try and do a run, chat. Let's try and do a run, and then let's just like look at where I lose all the time, and then we're gonna do more practice afterwards. Okay, let's see if the code worked and intro cutscene skip actually works. Here we go, chat. I've never tried it before, so here we go. Let's see. Does it work? Can we skip the lore? Can we skip the lore? 3, 2, 1. Nice. Beautiful. Bye, lore. That feels so smooth. You know what? I was first against using a code instead of a save file, but honestly, that's a pretty smooth way of doing it. Like, anyone that wants to argue that there's inputs related now, that's out of the equation. Like, all of the, but inputting A and B for text, you know, should be part of it or whatever. It doesn't have to be part of the question because we only skip the lore. It's a good compromise. I still obviously prefer save file because it's easier to set up, but this is a good compromise. I don't mind that too much. Plus, waiting a minute or two in between each run isn't too bad, considering the fact that I'm doing unbuffered. Manual super swim. 3, 2, 1, go. No lore. This is gonna sound really dumb. I miss lore a little bit. I still like intro cutscene skip, but I kind of just want to watch it one time. You know, like just one time at the start of the day would be a little bit fun. You know what I mean? Like just one time watching a lore as we start the day would be fun, you know? Just the one time. By the way, can I say something I think is absolutely hilarious? And this shows you how badly scammed you've been getting. So let me explain something for people that don't know. The United States have been requiring a travel certified PCR COVID test to travel to the United States for a while, if you're coming from Europe. And you had to get the test the day before flying, meaning that you had to get a private one. So you had to get a private travel certified COVID-19 PCR test with the same day response. So you can get it the day before, so you would have it when you checked in the next morning, right? And the companies that were doing the service, they were charging around $200 for these tests. Like, it was absurdly expensive. And if you forgot to take one, if you got one at the airport, those were like $300-400. But the US announced last week that they no longer require that for travel to the United States from Europe. And the next day after they ended up making that announcement, I got an email from the company that I've always gotten my test from. And they were like, hey, good news, massive sales. You can now get a PCR same day test for only $60. And you should look at that and go, wow, that's so cheap. But when I looked at that, I went, wow, they've been overcharging so much. And then when they realized that no one will need it anymore, they're trying to just like go, oh shit, we can't like overcharge so heavily anymore. Because I don't actually know what the cost for them are, but I guarantee you it can't be more than $10. Like, I'll be shocked if they spend more than $20 for those tests. Like, it's probably in the few dollars. Like, it, truly speaking, cannot be that expensive to run those. They must have such insane profit margins. I failed my roll. So bad. I hit the loading. What? Wow, okay. How long have I been working as a streamer now? Well, I've been streaming since 2013. I started doing it full-time in 2017. So I've been doing full-time streaming now for about 5 years. That's kind of crazy to think about, actually, now when I put it that way. I didn't realize it's been that long. Chat, can you believe that the last PB we had on Wind Waker SD was during the subathon? It has already been that long. It actually feels like the subathon was so long ago. I don't know why. It really feels like it was an eternity ago since we did the subathon. Yeah, people missed the subathon. You know what I did say though, chat? I said if we ever got Wind Waker HD on the Switch, I would do another subathon. So you know what? Maybe next week we will get the announcement and we can schedule in another subathon. Because I'm sure we're gonna get that announcement next week. I'm sure Nintendo's gonna announce Wind Waker HD on the Switch next week. We're gonna release it any second now. I think it's funny. I only had one question for GDQ staff when talking about my run, which was, I know that there is a mask mandate even when you're on stage performing the run, but quick question, are you allowed to take off your mask quickly to drink, for example, water or coffee? Is that allowed? And they said yes, because I had to make sure that I am still allowed to have a coffee. Yeah, Wind Waker SD, the last time Wind Waker was in a GDQ, the last 2 times. The last one was any percent GameCube version back in HGDQ 2020, so 2.5 years ago. And the time before that, it was HGDQ 2019, so 3.5 years ago, and that was 100% Wind Waker HD. Which, by the way, which I can say, by the way, it's really funny how that run ended up turning out, because I ended up choking Wind Waker HD 100% hard during that GDQ. I went way above estimate. I think I went like 15 minutes above estimate or something like that. Like, I got quite a lot over estimate, which you might think is like a really bad thing, and usually it is. But here's the funny thing. Even though I went over estimate, it was actually turning out to be a good thing in the end. Because once the run was done, also, for context, local time, this run started at midnight, and it was supposed to end at 6 a.m. because I had a 6-hour time estimate. So it was midnight to 6 a.m. Either way, here was the funny thing, okay? They ended up telling me in the headset after I finished the run, hey, Linkus, the next runner is not here. He overslept. Could you show off some glitches or something to like just fill up the time until he's here? So it ended up being a really good thing because since he ended up being about half an hour late, because I wasn't prepared to have save files ready and set up to show off glitches, I would have had a really hard time to fill in 30 minutes of content. But because I was like 15-20 minutes over estimate, it was very feasible and easy to just fill in like 5-10 minutes because he was thankfully on his way. So it actually ended up turning out to be a good thing. All right, chat, how many tries do you think it's gonna take to get this? I'm gonna be going for the new setup, the new roll setup. So we'll see how many tries it takes. I'll be happy if I get it within 3 tries. All right, here we go. Alright, I'm gonna go for the new setup, even though I've not pulled it off a single time yet. Because I think it's worth to get muscle memory for this one instead, because this one just seems to be more consistent. Here we go! I do not believe that it's 1 frame after. I don't believe that you can press leave 1 frame. I believe there's a bigger, you have to wait slightly longer. Cause I did my sliding there, which is how I do my bomb hovering in MM, which is a 1 frame. I think I need to wait slightly longer. I don't think it's 1 frame from pressing roll. Yeah, my setup of doing a 1 frame, because it's the same exact timing I use for doing a roll clip leaf, like a roll clip insta leaf pull. I don't think I'm getting a 1 frame, or I don't think I'm getting the 1 frame window there. Okay, I'm gonna try and pause buffer this. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna pause my timer. I'm going to boot up an emulator and practice this trick with save states to figure out a better way to do it in the end. And now I did it too late. Bro, I literally can't. In a run, I can't do this trick. I literally can't do this run in a run. I can't do this trick in a run. I literally can't. So right now is like the earliest I would go. And it just works. Nice! Nice! Let's take off the cheat codes and let's see if we can do it, shall we? Okay. Practice paid off! Practice paid off. I'm proud of myself. That's the most I've practiced a trick in a very, very long time. Even when I ran this every day, I didn't put in much practice into that trick. I kind of just hoped that it was gonna work every run. Yeah, I'm in Central European time. I've not moved to America just yet. It's kind of scary when I think about the times I'll be streaming, because I'll be in a mega normie. Because, like, I'll be heading off stream at, like, 4 or 5 p.m., which just feels so wrong. That just feels so weird. Like a real job. You know, I don't really mind the real job meme, but, like, it's not even a correct time to use it because there are real jobs that work night. I bet Ocarina of Time for the first few days isn't that crazy. What? Oh, you beat Ocarina of Time for the first time a few days ago. Oh, I don't know why. I did not read that. I did not read it that way at all. Dude, I literally cannot think of anything except for food. I've been hungry for like 2-3 hours now. I am starving. This run took so much longer than I thought. I so badly want to go and eat food. Chat, if you had to decide in between Pog, Pogchomp, or Pagging, which one would you choose if it's the only one you could use from now until the end of time? Damn, everyone is saying Pagging. Okay, now, more important question, chat. If you could only for the rest of your life host Giga Chat or real Giga Chat, which one would you use? You get bonus points if you get the right one. No. Giga Chair was not part of the question. No. No. Giga Chair was not part of the question. Zelda, you suck! How did you miss that shot? And time. Alright. That was by far the best run of all time of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker All Dungeons. Do not check any leaderboard whatsoever or no fact checking. That is definitely a flawless, perfect run. World record guaranteed. And we made 0 mistakes. Yep. Wow. I'm in shock right now.